This Wikispaces presentation is on legal issues surrounding single-sex schools in the United States and the trends in American public schools and court cases talking about this issue. This idea only came about after 2001 passing of the Elementary and Secondary Education Act, which is also known as the No Child Left Behind Act. This act also wanted American public schools to operate schools in a more innovative way, and by doing this includes single-sex classrooms. The main purpose of this journal article is to show how both genders learn in different manners and how that distinction can be done in a single-sex classroom. Also, the article shows how there are laws in this country to outlaw segregation in the classroom. This includes the Equal Protection Clause of the Constitution, Title IX, and Equal Opportunities Act. The journal article will also highlight the case study in a Kentucky school district that deals with the issue of a single gender in the classroom and the legal battles that they are now facing because of it. So how do genders learn differently? There have been studies that show that both male and female students learn better in different environments and classroom setup. For boys, male students, they tend to need a little bit more movement to accommodate learning and thinking. Classrooms have chairs that allow them to move around yet still listen to the lesson that is being taught. Also, there is a way that boys can learn better with analogies that fit, the quote-unquote male activities that they like to do, like giving them examples of hunting or fishing or sports or something like that. That promotes them to learn more about the subject that is being taught in the classroom and to promote the learning of it. As opposed to their male counterparts, female students tend to learn better by sitting down in their seat while they're in the classroom. And this is because they are more in control of their movements at this time of their age. Another point for single-sex classrooms is because students' brains develop at different rates and at different times in their lives. So this is important for both genders to receive the education that they need at that time. By providing adequate classroom setup, both female and male students can learn better in classrooms when they are in classrooms in their single-sex classrooms. There are several laws in the United States Constitution that have provided protection against gender segregation in our school system, and it has come throughout our history in this country, first starting with the 14th Amendment, which allows education for all students, public education for all students, no matter what. Includes Title IX, equal rights for women in the classroom as well as in sports, also with the Equal Protection Clause in the Constitution and the Equal Opportunities Act. There are several court cases that have fought against gender segregation. I'm going to highlight two of them. First one in the United States versus Virginia in 1996. This court case had to do with the Virginia Military Institute would not allow women into their institution, but they also created a separate school that provided all the similar education and opportunities, excluding being in their institute themselves. A VMI, Virginia Military Institute, initially won their case in the lower courts, but when the case went to the Supreme Court, the Supreme Court told the institute that they needed to integrate allowing women into their institute at the time. Continuing with laws that protect against gender segregation in schools, Mississippi versus Hogan in 1982. This case dealt with the University of Mississippi nursing program. It wouldn't allow male students into that program, considering they thought the program was exclusively for women. The court ruled that the college had to allow male students into the program, not judging upon the students' gender, considering they always thought nurses were supposed to be female, which was they found to be against the law. The case study that was analyzed over this journal article was over the Breckenridge School District, which is in Kentucky. This school district was trying to use single-sex classrooms in their district to help each gender learn in a more homogeneous classroom setting and allow those kids to learn according to their learning style and mental development. The school district used this idea because No Child Left Behind law allowed them to do this. One of the major problems that they ran into was that they did not allow the parents to opt in to this type of classroom setting. After year after they forgot to inform the parents of this, parents sued because they did not have their approval for their kids to be in a classroom setting of a single gender. Like I said, this was a direct violation of the No Child Left Behind law. Afterwards, the ACLU took over cases of parents and it's been in litigation for many years, claiming discrimination and breaking laws put in place by Title IX to stop gender discrimination. So here are a couple of discussion questions here about single-sex classrooms. In your experience as a teacher or a student, do you know anyone who has experienced a single-sex classroom at any grade level? Also, in your opinion, what are the potential positive and negative side effects for students who are taught in a single-sex classroom? Hopefully we have a great discussion, and thank you for listening to and looking at my Wikispace presentation.